Hey everyone, I'm Jason,
And I'm Colton.
and today we're taking a look at Capcom's newest fighting game, Street Fighter V.
Street Fighter V. Street Fighter V is the newest fighting game from Capcom, as we've said. It is the follow-up to the acclaimed Street Fighter IV, which was the talk of the competitive town for roughly, 9 years?
10 years, yeah.
And it really is a unique experience. It sets itself apart from previous Street Fighter games with its new V system, which kind of plays off of something that was featured in the Street Fighter Alpha series.
The alpha counters.
Yeah, like the alpha counters and the V-ism, if you will. It's really a unique system that makes every character, or at least it endeavors to make every character, feel completely different, so that they're all unique. They don't feel like part of the problem that Capcom tried to address with Street Fighter 4 was that there were almost 40 something characters.
Yeah, easily.
And like 10 of them were clones of each other.
And if you weren't running one of the top 10, the top tier characters, like 10, 11 of them, you shouldn't just bother playing.
Yeah, and then none of, that means 30% or I would say 60% of their cast didn't get played at all.
Now, most of the V skill stuff is different, but there are, I think, 4 characters that have a parry ability. Like, Bison can parry fireballs and shoot one back. Nash can absorb fireballs and take the energy. Ryu flat parries everything.
Yes, Ryu has the third strike parry.
Yeah, the third strike parry.
And then Chun-Li's, I think, is a parry as well.
It definitely feels like a mix between Street Fighter Alpha 3 and Third Strike. Which is good because Street Fighter 4, for almost a decade, it was a turtle fest. It was turtling, it was ridiculous combos, one-frame links.
Yes, the game is much more accessible in terms of combo ability now. And also, I would say, just because I want to say this, the game looks beautiful.
I was waiting for you to say, oh, and I won.
No. Spoilers, Jason. Jesus.
But yeah, the game is so beautiful. And the stuff that works amazing.
It does. It's very crisp feeling. It's just a joy to play, and it's a little more aggressive than most Street Fighters.
It's the Street Fighter we've needed since Super Turbo.
It really is. It's a lot of fun, and I really enjoy it. That said, there are some things missing from the core gameplay experience.
Oh, God.
And one of them is a good thing. One thing missing from the core gameplay is too many command normals. They did away with. They didn't do away with command normals.
Except for
where you hold a button, like you hold a direction and hit a button to make a different attack come out. They kept those, which is good. But they did away with proximity attacks. Being close to somebody no longer changes what your buttons do.
I was so glad to see that go away.
Which is very good, because it made the game overly complicated.
It made combos complicated. And when you were in the challenge mode in 4, you had to gauge how many inches away you were from your opponent to make sure the combo worked. It was absurd.
It added. Some people would say, but it added another level of depth. It added another level of complicated bullshit. It was unnecessary.
This isn't Guilty Gear. This isn't BlazBlue. I'm not trying to memorize math and science just to punch someone in the mouth.
Yeah, really. And so it definitely is an improvement there. Now, there are some things missing from the core gameplay experience that are not good.
The one I hate the most is the fact that the challenge system isn't in yet.
It'll be in an update in March, along with they're adding in the store, I think, in March.
The store is also March, but the challenge mode is how I learn characters. It's how I figure out who I want to play and who I don't want to play. Yes. And not having that option puts the way I play the game at a severe disadvantage.
It does, and challenges are fun, and they're a way to unlock stuff. Another thing that is missing is the rest of the story mode.
Oh, that made me so angry.
Each character right now has about 4 fights to their story mode, or maybe 3.
3 or 4, depending on
and
how
then you get a
important
and then you get a to be continued screen, and that's it. It's kind of sad, but it is a statement about the state of the gaming industry that it's okay for a game to ship with an incomplete story.
Now, in defense of the story, one thing I do like about it is it puts the character back at practically at the beginning. Like Ryu and Ken are wearing their alpha styles and alpha haircuts. Nikali looks like pre Broly before he hulks out.
Yeah,
You get to see Nash before he's brutally murdered by the government.
which is cool. Which I hope all those become costumes that you can download.
Oh, that'd be so sick.
Because I would like to play regular Charlie Nash. But any old way.
Or Alpha Ken.
Or
which
Alpha
didn't
Ken. Hell, Alpha Ryu looks cool.
He does.
I want to play Hot Ryu as well, but
Lumberjack Ryu.
yeah, I'm trying to look like Lumberjack Ryu.
You can't grow that beard.
No, but I can lose that weight, though. Damn it,
Yes,
can
you
I lose
can.
that weight? I've been doing it. I'm so hyped.
Just wait for Nick to fall asleep and steal his beard.
Okay, yeah, because that's how beards work.
That is, you have to best him in combat and do it while he's asleep because he's bigger and stronger.
Right. Fair enough. That is how combat works.
Yes.
Might not be how beards work, but that is how combat works.
But
The
again,
other-
the
the
stuff
other than-
that's in is just
Yeah, the stuff that's in is fantastic. The actual game plays super well.
the mechanics are very sound.
And this game was designed as an esport. This game was designed in the same vein as like League of Legends or Hearthstone or any of those like really Guild Wars 2's PvP. It's designed to be a multiplayer online experience.
Shout outs to Combo Fiend for doing it up for America, for
Yeah,
the world,
for the world.
for
Thank
the whole
you.
world. Thank you, Combo Fiend.
Yeah, shout outs to Combo Fiend. Maybe we should have him on Bottom of the Barrel at some point.
I would love to. Maybe MMO Heads can make that happen for us.
Yes, and but the game is fantastic. The multiplayer obviously is the centerpiece. You log on, you can play ranked or casual matches. Ranked matches win you league points, which promote you up through different leagues like bronze, silver, gold, diamond, platinum, all those traditional multiplayer leagues that you're used to from other games. And you accrue fight money as you win fights. Fight money is used to purchase things like new characters. It's worthy of note that everything in the game that affects gameplay at all
Or even that doesn't.
Can be earned through fight money. You do not have to actually spend money on anything in this game, which is a brilliant thing for Combo Fiend to come out and to say publicly that he wants everything in the game because he's helping to produce the game. Anything in the game he wants to make sure, they want Capcom to make sure that is unlockable just by playing the game without spending any extra money.
We should probably take it a step back and explain to people who don't know, because not all of our audience plays fighting games.
Yes.
Peter Rosas is one of the best Street Fighter players in America, probably the world. And he, a couple years ago, started working at Capcom. And I believe he's associate producer on Street Fighter V, I believe.
Yes.
And he has such a list of accolades in the fighting game community. He's probably the perfect person to tap to develop this game.
And that's part of why Street Fighter V is so good, is because you have that guy who represents us, our champion, as it were, not our actual, like, I don't think he's won EVO in a while, but...
he hasn't competed, I think, at EVO. Well, I don't think he did last year.
EVO is the fighting game WrestleMania, for anyone who
Yes.
cares. Or Super Bowl, I guess, if you watch football.
Unless you're in Japan.
Yeah. It is... He is our representative. He is our quote-unquote champion who will represent us to Capcom and ensure that the things that would really benefit us the most are included in the game. And he really has.
And we are eternally grateful.
The whole Capcom team has done a fantastic job with this game, except for all the parts where they fell short. Which is to say, the online, while it was the focus of the game, was not executed well. The servers went down almost immediately after the game launched and stayed down for a couple of days.
They're working on it, though.
They got it back up, but the Battle Lounge feature, which is what we used to record our first to 5 that we're going to show you, didn't work until this morning. And the game came out well, 5 days ago,
I
6
do. I
days
do
ago.
still have a gripe about the battle lounge though.
What's that?
When we set up a first to five in traditional tournaments or traditional like first to fives, the loser is allowed to switch their character. That's fighting game etiquette. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
When you the round end when the match ends, it gives you play again or end game. If you hit end game to go back to character select, because this game does not normally feature character select. The way ranked and casual online matches work is you pick a character ahead of time.
Yeah.
But in Battle Lounge, you can set the character select on. This is way different from any other fighting game on the market at all. And so it resets your first to whatever, your first 5, first 3, first 10.
It resets the win count.
Yes.
Which is not ideal.
That is not how that's supposed to work.
Yeah.
It really messed with me when I saw that even though I was not doing as good as I wanted, I was doing even worse now.
And that's a frustration. But all in all, the game works well, and once the online features have been fine-tuned and really shined up, this will be the fighting game to own, arguably.
I agree with that because it's also the first one to do crossplay.
Yes, it's got PS4 and PC. Both platforms can play against each other. You can team up with friends in the Battle Lounge across systems. It's pretty beautiful through the use of Capcom's dedicated servers. It's pretty fantastic. Now, the thing I will say, too, is that this game has got 8 more characters on the way through DLC through the end of the year, at least. That's just the first batch of them.
Because Ono did say maybe Sagat?
Yes.
Maybe I'll have a main next year?
But they're also trying to keep the number of characters relatively small. They don't want to repeat a 4.
Thank God.
But this game, Street Fighter V, is available now. We're going to go ahead and take you through our first to 5 Tournament of Champions right here on bottom tier.
I don't know if I'd call it a Tournament of Champions.
It's a tournament of somebody. We hope you enjoy it.